Turtles and tortoises are amongst the oldest living animals on Earth. With a history dating back over 200 million years, it's not surprising to see these ancient creatures appear in different myths and legends around the world. Their unique shell, also known as a carapace, symbolizes protection, while their long lifespan is often associated with longevity and wisdom. But behind the folklore lies a deeper tale of resilience and persistence. In the modern world, they face difficult challenges. Pollution, habitat loss, and poaching make up the underlying threats to turtle and tortoise populations. Conservation is now more important than ever to keep these essential species around to maintain the delicate balance they provide for their ecosystems. In South Carolina, one conservation project is helping to tip the scale for one of the wildest tortoises. Turtles and tortoises are both reptiles, and they may seem familiar at first glance, but there are several significant differences between them. Turtles are aquatic creatures that spend most of their time in water, either in rivers, lakes, or the ocean. Their webbed feet, and in some cases flippers, allow them to swim and maneuver in the water with ease. In contrast, tortoises are land-dwelling turtles that inhabit dry, arid environments such as deserts and grasslands and have sturdy, elephant-like legs that are adapted for walking on land. All tortoises are a type of turtle, but not all turtles are tortoises. Turtles and tortoises are both oviparous, meaning that they lay eggs outside of their bodies rather than giving birth to live young. They hatch with their shells already developed, and while they grow, they shed their specialized exterior plates called scutes. They both also serve a critical role in their environments. As herbivores, tortoises help to maintain plant growth by consuming foliage and seeds. Turtles, on the other hand, are a crucial part of aquatic ecosystems, feeding on small animals and plants that help to maintain a healthy balance of diverse wildlife. However, there's one tortoise found in the Carolina Sandhills that goes beyond helping its habitat, and it does so in one of the most fascinating ways. Contrary to its desert-like appearance, the Sandhills ecosystem has a diverse array of plant and animal life. One resident here, the Gopher Tortoise, has one of the dirtiest jobs. The Gopher Tortoise gets its name from its burrowing behavior. In fact, the scientific name for the Gopher Tortoise is Gopherus polyphemus, polyphemus meaning cave dweller. This species creates deep burrows in the sandy soils, which can be up to 40 feet long and 10 feet deep. These burrows are used for shelter and for regulating body temperature, as they provide a cool and stable environment in the hot southern climate. A gopher tortoise uses its powerful front legs and sturdy nails to excavate its burrow. From there, the tortoise will dig out a tunnel where it will spend up to 80% of its life, only emerging to forage for food, bask in the sun, or to mate. The gopher tortoise is considered a keystone species in its environment, meaning that its presence is crucial for the survival of many other species in the same habitat. The burrows created by the gopher tortoise provide shelter for over 350 different species, including snakes, lizards, and other small animals that desperately count on the tortoise's burrow for survival. The Sandhills, like many areas, have been subjected to significant habitat loss over the past century. Historically, the longleaf pine forests of the Sandhills were heavily harvested for their timber, and much of the cleared land was developed for agriculture. In addition to the loss of forested land, the Sandhills region has also been impacted by habitat fragmentation. Habitat fragmentation occurs when large, continuous areas of habitat are broken up into smaller, isolated patches. When habitats are fragmented, species are often unable to move between the patches, which can result in decreased genetic diversity and alter the ecosystem's balance. For this reason, many species of plants and animals, like the gopher tortoise, are considered threatened or endangered. Since 2006, a conservation partnership between the Savannah River Ecology Laboratory, the Longleaf Alliance, and the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources has been a commendable effort aimed at restoring the gopher tortoise population in the Sandhills ecosystem. In the beginning, the team started with around 50 tortoises sourced from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and wildlife rehabilitation clinics from around the state. These 50 were introduced to a site containing only 8 adult tortoises. The project's primary objective is to build a self-sustaining gopher tortoise population with waif tortoises, or tortoises with no known origin or home. But to do that, released tortoises must first establish site fidelity to ensure that they don't leave the property. This process involves several components to successfully complete. First, a pen is constructed around a large plot of land ideal for the tortoise's growth and well-being. This provides an area that is safe for the tortoise to feed, socialize with other gopher tortoises, and more easily integrate into their new colony. Then, cohorts of hatchlings, juveniles, and adults are introduced to the enclosure. To help newcomers, starter burrows are painstakingly dug by hand, giving tortoises multiple options and places to hide until they get settled and choose where to begin the strenuous work of creating a suitable home. Once a pen reaches capacity, the pen is kept in place for at least 1 year, after which research shows that they are now far more likely to stay and integrate into the population. Once the pen is removed, the tortoises are free to roam the entire property. Each tortoise is identified by a series of numbers or markings made on their scutes, giving scientists a way to monitor individuals and collect useful data. In the hot summer months, the dedicated team search the pens to collect something else: tortoise eggs. Between May and July, eggs are deposited in nests located at the burrow's entrance. Aha! They found one! A clutch will typically consist of 3 to 9 eggs. The team is careful not to roll or jostle them because the embryo can easily be disturbed and not survive. A quick and painless pencil marking will help ensure they remain upright. From here, the eggs will be transported to the University of Georgia's Savannah River Ecology Lab to be incubated and hatched so the process can start over again. Because of the novelty of the idea, doubts were understandably raised that a project like this could ever work. But since its inception, 17 pens and over 380 tortoises have been given a chance to play their vital role within the environment. This team's success thus far has shown that it can indeed function and serve as a model for future conservation efforts, keeping the gopher tortoise wild for many years to come.